In this video, I'm going to talk about a common issue that can occur with RPG in a Box projects. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do a video on it so I can point people who have this issue at this video so they can resolve it for themselves. So let's talk a bit about what this issue is, how it occurs, why it occurs, and how to fix it. Okay, so I have a project here which I want to play. So if I click the quick play button, and here I am at the main menu, and I click New Game, and what happens is you're stuck on this loading screen, and your map just does not load. It just stays at this screen. Okay? If this is happening to you, what you need to do is you need to Alt-Tab to this window. Okay? And this will tell you why your map is quite likely not loading. Okay, we can also see there's an error here, but that's not the error that we're actually interested in. That's just telling us that it failed to load the map. But why did it fail to load the map? So we need to take a look at these errors. Okay, we've got an error here that says failed loading resource map, and that's the name of the map that I'm trying to load. But again, that's not the reason why it failed to load. We go further up, and we can see here we have an error, failed loading resource characters goblin_sword. This is a character in my map, okay? And it's failing to load for whatever reason, this character. Quite likely is that your model is corrupt. Now, this might be a character, it might be an object, it might be a tile, but one of the models in your map has corrupted, and that is what's stopping your map from loading. So how do you resolve this problem? Well, first of all, we need to close the game because it's not going to load. So I'll just Alt F4. And here we are back at our map. You want to load your map into RPG in a Box. And then when you see your map, you're going to want to select the objects that couldn't be loaded. So in this case, I couldn't load this map in game because it was erroring on these models. So I need to delete them. If I now save the map and run it again and click New Game, now I'm in the game. Okay, so I was able to get back into my project or load into the map in game. So that's the reason why your maps are not loading, is because you've got a model in your map which is stopping it from loading. And if you want to know what that model is, make sure you check this window. This window, as you're trying to load the map, will tell you what it failed to load. It will be listed in there before it tries to load the map. So there'll be an error about, let's get back to this, there'll be an error about the map that it couldn't load, and that's your map, but there will usually be something further up above that, which will be the model that it was trying to load when it was loading that map, but it failed to do so. So look for that, and then that will tell you what model in your map you will need to delete. Now, if it works out that you have to delete a model because it's been corrupted, is there a way to fix a corrupted model? Yes and no is the short answer. The model itself cannot be fixed. If it's corrupted, it's corrupt. But what you should be aware of is if we go to the folder where our characters are located, so here is, for example, is the model which is corrupted. If I right-click this and I go to Open File Location, this will now take me to my characters folder in my project. And if you've been working on your model, i.e. you've been making changes to it and saving it often, then you should have these backup files. You'll have a backup 1, you may even have a .backup 2, okay? So, because this model is corrupted and cannot be salvaged, we need to delete this, okay? But what we can do is we can now rename our backup and delete the backup 1 part. So it's just goblinsword.scn. And now when I go back into my project, there's my older version of the model. that this should not be corrupt. So if I place that back and save the map and try running it, here we are back at the main menu. If I click New Game, now it loads fine, even with the models that weren't working initially. Okay, so I hope that helps those who are encountering issues with loading their maps where it's freezing and it's not loading, how to diagnose what the error is. It's very likely a corrupted model. How to find out what the model is, delete it from the map so it loads again, and then restore a backup if you have one to get the model back so you can pick up where you left off. Okay?